Welcome to First and Gold, presented by Pickett Sports. Download the Pickett app for all your betting needs, line shopping, bet tracking. You can check out bet splits. Pickett Sports, a must-have for all bettors. New, old, doesn't matter. You got to download the Pickett app. It is playoff time. Playoffs? Are you kidding me? Playoffs? Breaking it all down. We got 2 games today. BradThomas, what's going on, Brad? You ready for some football or what?
Dude, I'm so ready. Like, listen, this has been one of the best days so far, and we haven't even got to NFL yet. Like, we have Derby weekend in soccer, and I'm just parlaying all this sports watching and betting straight into the NFL. You guys know I love me some gridiron football. I'm excited.
So 2 games today. We get 3 tomorrow, and then 1 on Monday. This new wild card. If you've been a football fan for a while, it's still hard to get used to the 6 on the weekend. It's a little different, but we get 2 today. A little more digestible. 3 on one day is tough to break down everything, but the regular season's over. It's just 1 game at a time now. No more watching 2 games at once. Like, if you get a blowout, that's the thing. I love the playoffs. That's the thing I don't like, and I think we'll probably get some blowouts this weekend. That's the one thing I don't like, where it's like, you get a blowout Sunday at 1:00. All right, there's 7, 8 other games to watch during the playoffs. Man, you get a blowout. It's like it's a long time till the next game starts.
Yeah, no, it's like the worst, but like that's when I call that like my drinking phase, where I just like sit back. I'm just let the drinks flow a lot, and then by the time the next game starts, I have this nice little base coat of alcohol in my stomach.
That's a good strategy. We can get right into it. The first game is 4:35 Eastern. The 49ers hosting the Seahawks. 49ers swept the season series. These teams played about a month ago on Thursday Night Football. 49ers won. It was closer than the score looked. Seattle got a late touchdown. 49ers took a knee like at the 1-yard line. So 49ers really dominated the game. They're laying 9.5. Total 42. Before we get to any bets here, just a general question with this game. Do the Seahawks have any chance to win this game?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't think they do.
I've heard some people more than I expected. You know what? Purdy's due for a bad one. He's due for a stinker, which I agree with. I just don't know that it comes against Seattle. Seattle gives up 5 yards per carry. They give up 150 yards rushing per game. To me, this is a bad matchup. I'm indifferent on the 9.5, and we can start to dig in here. I think if you're going to play this some way, I did play the under. We're looking at some rain, maybe some wind here. Pete Carroll can be a conservative coach. Shanahan with a rookie quarterback, I think, could be conservative. So I could see an under here. I bet the under. As far as the 9.5, man, I'm indifferent. I think you can use San Francisco as a 7-point teaser, tease it down. Do you have any feel here on the side in terms of the point spread?
Yeah, I lean the 49ers. Bad weather here, but one thing that's really important in that must be known is you think about this weather situation. You think about how good the Niners are at stopping the run, and then how good they become with the lead at getting pressure on the quarterback. I get afraid to take the total, take the under, because this game reminds me of Tampa Bay, where the Bucks in 49ers game should have been the easiest under we could have ever cashed. But the Tampa Bay Buccaneers kept turning the ball over and giving short fields to the 49ers, allowing the 49ers to score at will. I think that happens in this game as well, even with the bad weather, similar to like what was happening in that Tampa Bay Buccaneers game. And it's hard for me to trust Seattle. Like, if you have you want to talk about the Brock Purdy rookie, like probably messing up, stinking in the playoffs. There's going to be a running first game. Seattle's 20th in defensive DVOA. They're allowing 150 rush yards per game. Now you have CMC and Elijah Mitchell available for the 49ers. And you guys know how smart Shanahan is. Like, they're going to try to sell out to stop the run. Oh, hey guys, there's George Kittle wide open for a touchdown. Boom. Now they're up 14-3. Like, it's just one of those situations where if you try to mask your weaknesses, you often get exploited.
Anything on the under here? Anything on the total?
I stayed away from the total just because I think that the 49ers can put up 30 points, 35 points themselves, even in the weather. And that just leaves me only with one touchdown of wiggle room for the Seahawks. I didn't even bother looking at Seahawks team total under, but if I were to play it, I'd probably play the under just because you're getting plus money. It's 15.5, so I'd probably play the under. But what do you think on team totals? Did you ever look at those? Or is that market you play often?
Yeah, I'd only look at a Seattle team total under here. I think 15.5, something like that. So
yeah,
I mean, they're usually pretty smart with these. Like, they know what you want to bet. They get the game. There's usually not too many bargains, but it could be a good market to exploit. That's right. It'll be right around there. I would lean towards a Seattle under. I might actually end up with a bet on the Seattle under in terms of the team totals, really just to isolate the handicap props. You mentioned I think the other night you mentioned McCaffrey over. I could see, Walker's around 60 rushing yards. I could see a Walker under just because it's hard to run on San Francisco. And if San Francisco gets a lead, that kind of takes the running game out of it. So, asking to break 60 against this really good run defense, I think is asking a lot. I'll give you the floor here. Anything you like in terms of props.
Yeah, I do like Christian McCaffrey over 115 rushing and receiving and a half rushing and receiving. I touched on a little bit how bad their defense is to stop the run. 20th defensive DVOA against the rush. But what's even more important is Christian McCaffrey's the kind of player who can hit this rushing or receiving. So I like having that double-headed monster. It's only 3-6 in his time with the 49ers, but you can see the games that he hits it. He has a pretty mixed bag of his skill set here. And one of those games was a game where he didn't even play like more than 4 or 5 series in that. So I like that play a lot. I also played the bonus. I know a lot, the boost. Austin Eckler and Christian McCaffrey to each have 50 plus rushing and receiving. Was minus 135. Now it's up to plus 120. I think that's a good boost there. We're getting a little bit of value, and we're gonna talk about Austin Eckler here in a bit.
How about 74.5 for McCaffrey rush yards? I'm seeing 16.5 attempts. Would you play the 10? He's probably going to get the ball 17, 18. Maybe
I like
his
attempts over. What's funny about those yards is 99% of the bets are on his yards over, but the line went down.
99% of the bets went. Wow, that's interesting. On his yards?
Yeah, on rushing yards. Yeah, but the line went down by a yard.
That is interesting.
Yeah, I've been monitoring that one. I think he hits it. I think he rushes for 100 yards. Like Seattle, the reason Seattle's bad at stopping the run is not necessarily like their team is bad. Fundamentally, they're bad at tackling, which that's when you really want to play.
Linebackers are a little slow too, I think.
Yeah, they reach a lot. Like just a lot of good spots for us.
How about first touchdown market? I have one I did a little sprinkle on. It's nothing crazy, but I think there's a little value there. Anything catch your eye? First touchdown. I could pull up the odds if you don't have them in front of you.
I like George Kittle and Brandon Ayuk. But listen, I wouldn't be shocked if Elijah Mitchell gets it at 12-1. Like, do you think he's back? He's healthy. Why not reward him? Why everyone knows it's going to Kittle and Ayuk. I think that's like Ayuk has had 4 or 5 first touchdowns so far this season. Kittle's had 2. So what do you think? What are you on?
I like Kittle plus 800. He killed him the last matchup.
Yeah,
he had the first one. He had a monster game. I think we talked about it because I think we did a show that night.
And
we gave that
touchdowns.
out. He did. He had 2. He had the first one. He had like 150 yards receiving. He really killed him. And the reason we gave it out the first time because, like I said, Seattle's just not good against tight ends. They're really unathletic at linebacker. And especially you got a younger quarterback. That tight end is a safety blanket. They don't ask Purdy to do a lot. Not a lot of deep shots. It's a lot of safe throws. And what's better than that than a tight end? You get a big target. Nothing too daring. So I like Kittle at plus 800. I'll just give you a rundown of the odds here. McCaffrey, I'm looking at FanDuel. So some of these vary. McCaffrey plus 410. Kittle plus 750. I saw he's plus 800 at DraftKings. So always shop around. Debo plus 850. Walker plus 950 if you want a Seahawk. Ayuk 11-1. Elijah Mitchell 11-1. DK Metcalf 13-1 and Lockett 14-1. If you like a Seahawk, those two look intriguing. Then you get to the quarterback Purdy 25-1. San Fran defense 26-1. Then you're sort of grasping at straws here. You can go down the list. Juice check 44-1. Geno 44-1. I don't know. Any long shots catch your eye?
No, not really. But I wouldn't like. Okay, so I'm gonna play 49ers. Geno Smith throwing interception and Nick Bosa to get a sack. So I wouldn't be surprised if like you put a little bit on 49ers defensive special teams touchdown at plus 20-1 for me.
It's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. We all talk about how good the San Francisco defense is, and they are very good and as good as anybody pretty much in the league. I think they're better against the run than the pass. I think the numbers are back that up. Like Stidham a couple weeks ago, I mean, they went up and down the field, scored, I think, 34 points. Washington put up 20 over 5 yards per play. Even the Miami game with Tua, where he was really bad, like there were guys wide open. I think you can get
Yeah.
open against the secondary. I just think the hard thing is running the ball against them and blocking them. I think it's their front, because if you have time to throw, which is easier said than done, I think you can make some plays in the passing game.
Yeah, I agree. That's like, I wouldn't mind playing Walker under, like, especially if a 10-point spread against a good run defense, could be playing from behind. Like, I wouldn't be surprised. He's at like 74 or something. Oh, he's at 60 something, I think.
Yeah,
right?
he's 60. I'm seeing a 59.5.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want that kind of sweat in my life.
It's not a fun one. It's not a fun one, but that's one where if you get up 10, 13, nothing. Now, Carroll's going to run the ball almost anyway, but
Yeah.
that's one where if he's just getting 1 or 2 yards a carry, eventually they maybe give up on it. I would look towards the under. I don't know. I don't want to have too many bets on this game, but under would certainly be a way I would probably go, especially if you think game script here, he's going to have, San Fran's going to have a big lead.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else on this one before we move on?
No, like I said, I do like the Geno interception and Nick Bosa sack, plus money. Geno. I said this last time these two played, and I don't think. Oh, it was Ward. He's going to throw the ball in Ward's direction. Ward's just going to snatch it away from him. It's just a good prop. Like, Geno's been throwing picks a lot, multiple picks in multiple games, but you realistically can't play minus 170 for an interception. I don't think you can. So if you don't want to wait until it's live, then go ahead and fire away with the prop parlay like that.
And I'm on the game under. I'll probably add a first half under too, just because, things can get crazy at the end where teams are trying to play catch up. So under, 20.5 for the first half, I'll probably play under there, but I like under 42 for the game. I like Kittle first touchdown. And I like San Fran as a 7-point teaser. With 9.5, you get the 7-point teaser. Now, don't lay minus 150, minus 155. I saw one of these books try to charge me 155 the other day on a 7-point teaser. That's too much.
Nuts.
That's nuts. What would be the highest you'd go on a 2-team teaser with a 7-pointer? $140, something like that?
Yeah, probably $140, maybe 135.
Right.
150 range is like
155.
You have to like be like, you have to smash these numbers.
Yeah.
Like, you have to like hit it. You have to hit it like a 65%.
Way too much. Yeah. Way too much. So I think San Fran, but teasing it down, if you can find a reasonable price, of course, shop around 7-point teaser. I think it's a good bet. What's up? You want to give a final prediction score here?
Oh, final prediction score. I say 35-13.
Wow, 35. I'll go.
Yeah, in the weather. I don't know why. I just feel like Geno gets picked off 3 times this game, and that's 3 short fields. I just feel like it's just going to be short field after short field for the 49ers.
I think they're both a little conservative early, and I think once San Fran gets a lead, I don't think they'll go for style points. I think it'll be like, I'll go 24-10 San Fran.
Okay.
24.
So you're still predicting the cover there. That's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, hey, anytime you're laying 10, you're never going to be comfortable. Like if you're up 14, look, the back door's open, but look for a lower scoring game. And I think we good on that one. Are we good to move on?
Yeah, let's move on to this next one. This is a compelling game because I think this is the most even game that we have of the slate. Even the spread indicates that. Fun game.
Yeah. Most fun game of the weekend. The uniforms, you got the cool uniforms for both teams, the quarterbacks with the long hair. It's teams that aren't in it very often. Yeah. And hey, either Herbert or Lawrence is going to be 2 wins away from the Super Bowl. So this is a lot of fun. Jags are up to 2.5 in a lot of spots now. Total around 47. Chargers are laying the 2.5 in Jacksonville. I like the Chargers, but I'll let you go first here. Chargers and Jags. Jags seem like a trendy dog here, but I'm on the Chargers. Who are you with?
Yeah, I like the Chargers here as well. I didn't end up playing it. I'll probably will play it with you. I think it's kind of fun. I just don't see like Jacksonville throughout the season, right? People were high on the Jags. Like they were really excited about what this Jacksonville team does, this run that they went on. But I wasn't overly impressed with them, right? Like they got their backs blown out by the Lions. They struggled in that clinching game, and they played Josh Dobbs. They played against a team who was pretty much already out, but they were a couple runs away from losing that game. There's just so many games in their season where I was like, it looks like the time has run out for them. They did blow out the Texans. Like I'll give them that, but it's the Texans. And then defensively, what are we going to see from this Jaguars team? Like these are 2 of the lowest rated defensive teams, and the Jaguars really, really, really struggle against the pass. Justin Herbert has made the playoffs for the first time in his career. I think Justin Herbert has a chance, even without Mike Williams. I think Justin Herbert has a chance to throw for 320 yards on them. It's going to be fun, high scoring game. I lean Chargers, but like from a side or totals perspective, I'm on the over. I guess I'll just talk about the over because I think this is my most fun play that I've put in, and I've never had CLV this much like in my life. So I'm on the over. I said the best way for me to play this over is this game to be the highest scoring game in Wild Card Weekend. I gave this play out during the Greg Peterson experience. It was plus 500. It is now down to plus 325 to be the highest scoring game of Wild Card Weekend.
That's not bad.
I like the over.
Yeah, I like
the over a lot. And we're not going to talk about the other games in this, so I'll just be real quick. I have compelling reasons why I like the under in the other games. And the only other total I was actually worried about was the Vikings at the Giants, because both the Giants are only like 9-7 or something to the over, but the Vikings, like the over hit 7 of their last 8 games. The Giants are going to do enough in that game to try to not get beat in the air. Try not to let Justin Jefferson absolutely take him over. I think that game hits like 45 points and actually goes under. Whereas I see people are saying the weather sucks in Jacksonville. Guys, listen, I'm in Florida. I'm literally 2 hours, an hour and 45 minutes away, depending on how fast you want to drive. So it doesn't suck. It's going to be like 45, 50 degrees, like no rain. They're not on the bay, so I don't have to worry about that bay wind. Like this is going to be a slugfest. It's going to be fun. These teams are going to put up a lot of points, a lot of big plays. So I like the over 47, and I also like them to be the highest scoring game. I would still play plus 375. I think there's still too much value because I have this one rated as the highest.
McAfee couldn't join us, but he did give us a teaser. He said, let the people know I have a 3-team 6-point teaser I like. Plus 160 on DraftKings. You can tease the Jags up to 8.5, the Bengals down to 2.5, and the Bucks to plus 8.5. You go through all the 3s and the 7s. So McAfee's on a 3-team teaser with Jags, Bengals, Bucks, 6-pointer. Can't argue with that. I like the Chargers, though. I think they win this game. I just think they're further along in their development. I think they're better at quarterback. They're better on defense. And look, I've talked about the Jags all year on the show, gave them out to win the division, to make the playoffs at long odds. I follow the Jags a lot. I bet the Jags a lot. I bet on Team Jags. They were very fortunate last week. Like if Vrabel just runs the ball on 3rd and 7 and punts, and Josh Dobbs doesn't get sacked for a fumble touchdown, I don't know if the Jags were going to drive the field. The Jags, Lawrence did not look good. The offense did not look good. And that's a home game against Josh Dobbs. And I just think Jacksonville's not very good against the pass. And you can sort of hide your flaws in your pass defense when you're facing the Colts and you're facing the Titans and the Texans and Dobbs, and you can hide it in the AFC South. I think against Herbert, your pass defense it's a little different situation. I think they get exposed a little bit. Look, it's the Chargers. It's never easy. I'm sure it'll come down to a field goal at the end. They never dominate the game. They never pull away. And I hate the fact that Williams isn't in this game, but I think that'll hurt him more next week against the Chiefs. I think the Chargers win this game, and I think they move on.
No, I agree. I love everything you said. I'm gonna play that a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna play that with you. I'm gonna have to go check to see.
It's a cheap money line too, $1.35. What? Don't worry about if you're gonna lay 2.5. Don't get burned by a point or two. Just lay the extra few cents and lay the $1.35, because Chargers play weird games. They could certainly be down a point or two and kick a field goal to win. Like I said, it's always weird with the Chargers. You never trust them, but to me, the Chargers are moving on. And if it's Bills Bengals next week, these games are a little in terms of just like general interest. But if we get Bills Bengals next week and Chargers Chiefs, that's a hell of a weekend. And I think the Chargers will give the Chiefs all they can handle. They always play the Chiefs tough. So I think it's better if now look, if you get Lawrence in the next round, that's good for entertainment too. But I think Chargers Chiefs will be awesome next week. And like I said, I think the Chargers win this game.
Yep. I agree. I want to look at some props in this.
Yeah, I was just going to say, anything props wise catch your eye?
Man,
I'm tempted to take one. I'm going to take a first touchdown scorer. He never does it, but I like the number.
Who do you like?
Herbert 35-1. I just think it's playoffs. Lay it all on the line. You know what? You can protect your body during the regular season. He had rib issues. He's run more in past years. I think now he's maybe feeling a little better. I could see Herbert 35-1. QB sneak, you get one of those where he's a big guy. So we've cashed before. We We were doing it when it was Lawrence, right? On that Thursday night game.
Yeah,
So
that was so fun.
that was really fun. I would appreciate another one. So I'm probably going to play Herbert. 35-1 first touchdown. Do you have first touchdown odds in front of you? You want me to read them and see if there's anything you like?
Here, I have them right here. Boom. Let's see. I didn't look at the first touchdown market. Wow. I kind of like Evan Ingram, but I don't want to bet on the Jags. So
Let's see. Let's
what
just
about
go.
a little DeAndre Carter?
Yeah.
Because
Eckler's the short shot plus 550. Then
Eckler's
ETN.
probably gonna get it. Like let's be honest. Like
right.
Eckler's probably gonna get it, but I just hate playing plus 400, plus 500.
Me too.
I like DeAndre Carter, maybe Josh Palmer, but dude, I'm so like sick to my stomach because the last time that Williams was out, Palmer had that one drop in the red zone for first touchdown, and he was like 20-1. Now he's 11-1.
Which game was this?
Man, I'm trying to remember who they were playing. And then Austin Eckler got the first touchdown. Who were they playing against? God, it was recent. I can't remember.
Was the Monday night game against the Colts?
Might have been. Yeah, it was. It was that game. Yeah, it was that game because literally everyone on Twitter was talking about Austin Eckler touchdown. So I played touchdown, and then they were like, first touchdown. I was like, no, those odds suck. I'm playing Josh Palmer. Mike Williams not going to play. And then he dropped that. He dropped that on the left side. And Austin Eckler just literally could just waltzed in the end zone. I think he had 2 touchdowns that game too.
Yeah. Anything else catch your eye? Lawrence 20-1. He runs it more than people might think. He's a big body down in the red zone.
Yeah,
but 20-1 is a little short, but still, I mean, 20-1 is not bad. There's just I see so many possibilities. I could see anybody scoring here. Like, damn, I wish I took a shot at him. There's a lot of options. Like,
yeah,
Parham Jr. He's a big body down in the red zone. 35-1.
Yep.
Agnew 45-1.
And then you got the Josh Kelly touchdown stealer.
Yes, and he's 25-1. You know, Chargers D/special teams 30-1. You figure, hey, first playoff start for Lawrence. Maybe he's a little jittery. You know, strip sack by Bosa or whatever. I mean, a lot of Bosa's in for this game, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He is.
Because he got banged up in that last game too. What the hell Staley was doing, I have no idea. No idea.
No, dude, like if they lose this game and it's because they can't move the ball on offense, I would fire Staley.
I would fire him too. I would
quick.
too.
Like, what are you doing? Like,
I
get it. I get it. Like, I totally get your guys out there play a series or two. He had his guys out there for the long haul.
And they still lost, and they had nothing to move, and they had nothing. They couldn't move up or down.
And what's funny is like it felt like when Mike Williams got hurt, he was like, shit. Okay, we need to start taking players out. Like, I was like, what the hell, dude? Like, at least you got to stick to your guns if that's what you're gonna do, you know.
And this is a team that's always hurt. Like, Mike Williams is always hurt. Keenan Allen's always hurt. They never have their Bose is always. They never have their whole team on the like going back years. This is a team that's chronically injured year in year out.
Yeah.
Derwin James, they're always bit by the injury bug. I was shocked. I know there's not that many guys on a football team, and that was his defense. Hey, I can't rest all my guys. I get that, but 5, 6, 7, 8 key guys, you got to get them out of there and just get into the playoffs. You had the 5 seed wrapped up. It made no sense to me.
It's so like you couldn't like. There's coaches who say they want to go in with momentum, but like, dude, just play your players to get like a run, like a little freshness. Like, I think that's a fireable offense if they lose this game.
Yeah, I agree. But we agree. We agree. The Chargers are moving on. You want to take a crack at a final score?
Crack at a final score. Yeah, let's get a fun one here. Let's go. I don't know. You go first. Like, I don't have one off the top of my head. I have this game rated pretty highly, but I just can't think both teams are going to be scoring that much. Like, I think maybe like tops is going to be like 28. Maybe like
I'll go 31-24.
31-24. That sounds about right. I like that.
24.
I like that one. I'm interested to see how much they run ETN. Chargers run defense is not that good. I'd be interested in a little bit of ETN. Jacksonville's run defense is not that good. I'd be a little interested in ETN. But I'm not like super excited about playing him at 79. Like, that means they'd have to be in the game the whole time, and I just don't really want any part of that.
And the Chargers have played a little better defense, I think, since the bye, second in DVOA against the pass. So their pass defense is a little better. There's some stats about disguising coverage that the one thing the Chargers and Staley do really well is disguise coverage, and Lawrence has struggled against disguise coverage. So I don't know. I just think the Chargers are the better team here. I sense a lot of people, on Jacksonville. They're kind of
They're trendy.
They are very
really
trendy. That's always a little bit of a red flag. They are super trendy.
I just haven't seen like what is there that I'm supposed to love about this Jacksonville team. They play with a lot of momentum, but like the Chargers, like even on paper, are much better.
Totally agree. And again, if Dobbs doesn't get strip sacked, are they even playing this week? And that's Josh Dobbs. That's that guy that was off the state a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add here in terms of props?
No, I'm pretty locked in. I'm gonna I Visen at 215. After 215, I'm gonna really sit down a little. Like I've murdered these games, like watching, like breaking them down. Right. I feel like as handicappers, we kind of get into this where we handicap this game so much, and we have like such a singular focus where we just kind of cloud our brain too much. I'm gonna take a little decompress and then look at it one last time. And see if I see anything. But I feel like I've just studied these games so much this week. Like
totally. First and Goal presented by Pickett Sports. Download the Pickett app. So just to recap, I'm on Chargers money line. I'm on the under Seahawks 49ers. Probably going to be on the under first half. Kittle first touchdown. I might take a little stab of Herbert first touchdown. And you're what? You're going to add Chargers money line, and you got this.
I'm going to go Chargers money line with you at minus 135. I got the over in this game, but I only put a half unit on that because I wanted to put the other half unit on high scoring goal at plus 500. Guys, like I said, you can still play it at plus 325. Like I'm not saying that you lost too much value. You did lose $1.25. And I'll say this in our chat. I always put, when I'm going on, I always put the link there. I know it sucks to try to watch something at 2:30 in the morning. So I try to put it in the chat for you guys in my channel so you guys can see it. And I'm taking Ayuk and Kittle first touchdown, and then Christian McCaffrey over 115.5 rushing and receiving. And I took the boost of McCaffrey and Eckler each to get 80 plus rushing and receiving on FanDuel.
What would a Chargers Chiefs line look like?
Chargers Chiefs. I'm going Chiefs minus 5.5.
Yeah, I was going to say 6.
Yeah, I feel like that's fair.
Who would you pick?
I would pick Chiefs to cover. No Mike Williams. Chiefs playing much better football. You'd bet the Chargers?
I think so.
Even without Williams?
Those games are always close.
They are.
They're always.
This is how you. This actually, I don't think you've ever heard me take a Chiefs line before, because this is what I love about the Chiefs. I just wait until the Chiefs go down, and then I bet them minus 2.5, minus 3.
Right.
Like very, very rarely do they go down and they lose.
And there is a little bit of, people made this comparison to like LeBron in the playoffs, like he has an extra gear. I think Mahomes, Andy Reid, they sort of, they go 75, 80% speed during the regular season. And the playoffs, there's another gear. So you definitely have to worry about that a little bit.
Yeah.
But man, Chargers, I hope we get that game just from a fan standpoint. Herbert in Arrowhead, Herbert versus Mahomes. Those games have been so good and so competitive. I hope we get that next week.
It'll be like, and then imagine if they upset him. This will be, And
then people go from, Staley should be fired. Now he's like 1 win away from the Super Bowl. Now what do we do?
Yeah. Agreed.
We'll have a show tomorrow. Anything you want to touch on tomorrow that jumps out at you?
No,
What's your favorite side tomorrow? Let me ask you that.
My favorite side, Bengals.
Okay.
I think the Bengals
down a little bit, right? I see 8.5.
It's come down. I hope it keeps coming down. I already teased Bengals and Bills, but I teased Bills when it was 13. Bills already up to 14 now. So
they're going to be buried in Bengals teaser money, man. That 8.5 down to 2.5. Everyone's going to be on it.
Yeah, they are. I think they cover. I wish that I was a little bit earlier to the market so I could middle the game, but I don't think it's going to get that high up. It's coming down, so I don't have a good middle spot anyway.
Yeah. All right, Brad. I think we covered it. We'll be posting this stuff in our channel. We'll be back tomorrow, I think 11 a.m. Eastern, because the game start at 1. So back in our normal time. Are you on tomorrow with us?
Yep, I'm on tomorrow.
All right, man. Well, this was fun. Good luck on all your plays. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you to Pickett Sports, Goal Boys. We'll be back tomorrow. This is First and Goal presented by Pickett Sports. See you tomorrow.